What the heck?
Welcome to part 26 of FIFA 17, The Journey.
Dwibs, why
And
was
there's
there a
been some,
tree?
uh, uh, the, I'm talking to a plastic plant. Anyway,
Oh god.
we have a bit more Journey news for Season 2. One, it's not going to be on the Switch version because,
Because
well,
EA's
EA
lazy.
apparently, well, EA
Yeah.
custom made the Switch version.
Ugh.
I guess even they don't know what the Switch is like at the moment yet.
That's
I don't know.
stupid. That's
But
really
there is,
stupid. It's EA being EA. Go on.
but for those who can play the Journey, i.e., the ones who have the PS4, Xbox One, and PC versions of the game,
Yeah.
it has been given a proper name. The Journey Hunter Returns. So yes, the next one is to be about Hunter as well.
Didn't we already know about them custom making a
Yeah,
version
but
for the Switch?
but the name of it now is confirmed.
All right, more training.
And yes, so next up is another FA Cup game, but this time we actually get to play in this one.
Yay! Well, it is a game. We should be allowed to play the game, but
Mm. Almost there.
Try saying that to David Cage, Shuri.
Yep, we'll be on our way. In this universe, at least, if the Swansea keep going, they'll be the first Welsh club to win the FA Cup since Cardiff in 1927.
Yay! You're
And
doing
even
good for this one, Dwibs.
yeah, and as like I said before, the only other time a Welsh club has won a major English trophy was, of course, Swansea City when they won the League Cup in 2013.
All right.
So, well, this time they have to get through. They'll probably have a tough opponent at the final, unlike the underdogs Bradford.
I noticed you're more good in one of those shots rather than the other, the opposite.
It depends on where I try and go for it.
Yeah, I mean, for example, you seem to be more good for this one.
Mm. Okay, while training's going on, I won't do questions this time, but maybe just some bit of discussion. Well, not discussion, more like a little bit of a chat about what's gonna come next season in football proper.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Like how next season Huddersfield Town are gonna be in the Premier League.
All right.
Yeah, basically Huddersfield are like they're like one of the lesser known sides from Yorkshire, but they certainly managed to make a great name for themselves. And of course, the defending champions are of course us, Chelsea,
Obviously.
again. Well, not again, because we didn't have the title last season, but still.
I know that recently the team of my city team in AC Milan was being bought by Chinese people.
What isn't being bought by Chinese people these days?
Wait, Milan was also bought by Chinese people?
Apparently, there were negotiations for a lot of years with someone called Mr. B or something. Apparently, someone else bought it in the end. I'll check the news.
Anyway, that's training done. See how well we did, or how badly. Oh, A. Guess I did a good job, A, guys.
Yeah.
Laugh.
Laugh, goddammit, I'm funny.
Anyway, next up, a cutscene.
Oh, finally.
Alex,
Can I talk to you, Mr.
a
Butler?
bit busy today, lad. Find me tomorrow
Well, no,
morning, all right?
I actually meant now.
Please.
Well, out with it.
So thrilled.
Yeah. I think I'm ready to start the next FA Cup match.
Finally,
Well, what's
Hunter
the last of these stands, just
Hunter
like you
got
said,
fed up
and-
with that thing as well, so
You're
decided
right.
to just
FA
ask
Cup
him.
games, they're different. I'm ready.
You sound like a man on a mission, Hunter. I like that.
So is that a yes then?
FA Cup. You know, my granddaddy, only trophy he never won.
Yeah.
I'll have a word with the gaffer. No promises.
Wow,
Gonna go.
considering how dickish he's been, I'm surprised he actually gives him a chance.
Well, it says he talked to the
Well, he still, I honestly thought he would have said outright, say fuck off.
well, in real life, he's talking to the XX gaffer.
And then we skipped that match.
Actually, no, we don't. Let's give it credit. They actually bothered to let us play, and we're playing Tottenham Hotspur.
Okay.
Yes, Tottenham Hotspur, who, ironically enough, this has been played at Wembley. Ironically enough, for the next season, they're using Wembley for their home matches while the work on their new White Hart Lane stadium's finished.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now a cutscene.
Right. For those of you who don't already know,
FA Cup semi-final
the
time,
FA
Jover.
Cup isn't just another
Yay.
cup.
So we're almost at the end.
It's one of the oldest and
Nearly.
best cup
Again, we've got
tournaments
33
in the world.
parts.
Passion, drama, upset, heroism,
Yep,
glory.
definitely.
It's got it
Gotta
all.
need to do the
Some of the
checklist for those
finest
sports
players
movie
to ever
cliches.
grace the game have won that
And also,
tournament.
we had to come a long way for this. Spurs only had like a little drive up the road. We had to
Lofthouse,
drive for like 6
Ashford,
hours.
George, Hoddle, Cantona,
By the way,
Drogba,
Stevie,
and
that's one I've always wondered. How long
Every
does it
one of
take you to
grew
get
up
from
dreaming of
where
scoring
you
the
live
winner
to
in the
London?
FA Cup final.
Well, I
They
take a
wrote
bus,
their
so
names into
it's
history by
like just
doing
over
just
5
that.
hours. If I was to take a train, and it's
Who wants to join them in the records book?
hours.
Whatever. Yeah. It's basically
I want
the
to
Spurs
see
is just like a
passion,
drive down the road. For
commitment,
Swansea,
But I
bit
also
further.
want to see control out there. Now,
also, even if they
out there,
didn't win, they could always
and
laugh.
there's our
They could
place in
always
the
have a
next
little
round.
laugh at Cardiff fans' expense. At haha, we got to the cup. We got to the cup semi-final, and we didn't.
Yay! Well, Swansea's always laughing at Cardiff for
One
some
game at a time, Lee.
reason or another.
Yeah, it's like I said before. Cardiff failed in one playoff, but then in the next playoff, Swansea went up.
So
Cardiff didn't win the League Cup one season. Swansea won it the next season.
I'm
It's
guessing
like
that.
an America-Canada relationship.
So I'm
It's like
guessing
we pick
that-
on Cardiff just because we can.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that we're supposed to bond with these characters now that now that we just had that deep emotional music drama scene with them.
Great.
Anyway, we're at now time for the semi-final.
Dwibs.
Don't you speak hell?
Well, it's a great effort
Yeah,
for
remember,
these
one
two
half of the
clubs to
noisy
reach
duo wants us to be
quarterfinals of
invested.
the Emirates FA
Well,
A little bit
Oh no, it's
early,
not
Alan.
semi-final.
The final
Sorry,
itself.
it's not semi-final. It's quarter-final, I think.
so
You can just feel Jova's enthusiasm in his voice.
so is that why we had the drama scene there, Psycho? Because that's why we had the heart. Well, it was trying to be heartfelt because you could tell because the music was playing.
Well, it's Hunter's first FA Cup game.
Finally. No, I'm serious.
Totally,
Freaking finally.
Yeah.
Seeing it states Emirates FA Cup, it means it's actually sponsored by the Arabians.
Emirates can be. I think Emirates is like an airline company.
I think we're going to find out, Alan, whether he's a big game hunter.
Well, it's a nice stage to come back at, isn't it? I mean, he's missed the previous one, been out on loan.
Yeah.
His granddad,
He missed the previous ones
never
for
lifted
some
this
reason. I
trophy,
mean, I can
so
understand
it's an awful lot
the early
to get to
ones
Wembley
because you know he's
and
not
winning it.
wasn't at his peak yet. But the later ones, especially when he was scoring a bajillion goals.
He scored a bajillion goals, but we still don't think you're good enough for the FA Cup. So.
No, wait, I got it, guys. I think I got the reason
2016,
why
Spurs
Swansea have been
finished
scoring
third
so
in the
many
Premier
goals
League.
in this one.
Their best finish in the top division.
Other than I used a lower
1963.
difficulty.
Could have been even better, couldn't it?
Magical rain was pouring all over South Wales that caused all of the luck there to increase.
During the course of the campaign, but they just fell away at the
I
end.
guess.
Sports.
Yes, so-
Whatever.
This is Swansea City's team
Yeah.
for you today.
Oh
The kind
god, I
of
feel
players
like
that
I'm
we
in
expect,
any
the kind of
free
performances we
conference
expect from the
free.
individuals trying to make this formation work.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
Come
actually
on
kinda
down and
curious
see
to
that
what
coming
they
up
think.
this week now, audience. There, now this part is officially dated.
they've got a foothold in
Yeah.
this game.
Well, I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing what season 2 has to offer.
As long as it improves on many faults that this game has.
Goal!
It's an FA Cup goal in the quarter-final, no less, for Alex Hunter.
Oh, it's storybook stuff, isn't it?
Yay!
Talk about hitting the ground running this competition. What a moment for him.
Well, yeah,
Just run
I
away
love how he
from
just
them.
jumped
They're
over
right to do that in the
someone
match
like
if they keep
it.
playing like this.
Yeah, such a dangerous side on the counter-attack because they move the ball from back to front so quickly.
So, anyone know any good soccer jokes?
I know one.
Rotherham.
What is it, Pedro?
How funny this. Okay. Here's one. What? Well, actually, no, never mind. This only works. This only works for Portuguese audiences. Never mind.
Well done, Alex Hunter, to get to 21 goals. He's had to live with it, I'm sure. In his family
Oh, I
life
think
as well,
I got one.
people
I got
like
one.
us talking about it every time
Go
he
ahead.
plays, every time he scores.
What did the businessman say to himself when he scored a goal in his Sunday league game? I found my net worth.
So, might as well make this as topical as our other parts we commentated on.
Surprise.
I've talked a bit more about
Yes,
Jim Hunter
Drobo?
because I
So,
remember
in mind?
I think there might be soccer in that new Rabbids and Mario crossover that nobody asked for, but it still looks awesome.
And honestly, Jova, I feel like it's a tactical RPG of things.
I think there might be a soccer element to it, but hey, look. While nobody was really asking for that crossover looks like it could be awesome. Unlike everything else we didn't ask for.
Also, the mere fact that Rabbit Peach is marketed to the younger crowd by taking a selfie and using hashtags is already enough for seeking the game from me.
Well, we have
open-minded
to remember
towards that
rabbits
one,
are
but
supposed to
I
be
think this looks
kid-friendly.
gross.
Wait, what was that, Dwibs?
I'm open-minded to the game, but Rabbit Peach just looks gross.
Well, isn't that the idea? That, you know, a rabbit in Peach's outfit is supposed to look odd?
Sorry, Jova. It's just because it's intentionally gross doesn't make it less.
Okay. What about it is, like, sinking the game for you, I have to wonder.
I told you, the fact that it tries to appeal to younger crowds using the hashtag and stuff, no doubt it will try to do some dank memes.
So, guys, actually there is something we can talk about that's related to this game. What are you guys hoping for that gets improved in the next season of the journey?
Oh, where do I begin?
The writing.
Yeah.
I also
No,
want the
but I
game
mean,
to actually tie
actually,
into the story.
More like the pacing gets integrated better.
And-
Because the elements are there, you just need to be balanced well.
And I
The
want
ability
this...
to actually play the matches.
Yes, that too. No skipping matches, that's
we
stupid.
should be able to. I mean, Hunter's the bonafide legend in universe.
I mean, like, you know, like these skippable, well, not even skippable, it's like you don't get an option.
There should be like the option. You know?
Yeah, I agree. But most importantly, I want the story to actually be affected by the gameplay. I mean, heck, look, if it's a sports
Well,
game...
in some cases it is. You know, if you perform badly, then the game's over.
Well, yeah, but that's just it. The game's over. I mean, you don't even get different
You're
real
asking for, like,
cutscenes for
multiple
that.
endings or something?
No.
and, like,
What I mean is like varying cutscenes. You know, sort of like what LA Noire would do, based on your performance. And yes, different endings would be neat too. Like heck, if you do get a game over, and show a proper
depending on
story
how you
scene for
react
that.
to. Well, I've seen a couple of other cutscenes, and you do get some depending on how you act towards others. Like I remember seeing one in the trailer where if you say something bad to your manager, the coach just goes off on you.
Well, Dwibs, that's typical. When I say gameplay actually affecting story, I'm talking about how you do in the matches. Because seriously, parts where you do great, yet they say you suck, that just doesn't really fly. And again, like we said, there are the skippable matches, which really suck because you don't even get that well good of context, especially when they build up to them bigly.
Well, granted, we got context like once.
Yeah, but that's not enough.
And then there's, of course, the real dumb thing, like, I forgot, that was the final straw for us all?
The last time where they hyped up this big match that he was supposed to have, and then the game just skips it.
Yes. That there and then is the key problem with this game. I mean, well, this story mode. is the fact that it really just wants to have its cake and eat it. Like, it literally just wants to, hey, put in matches. Oh, well, we have to put in story. Here's like this or that, this little thing, and there you go. Like,
I'd say for a long-running series that has never had a story, this is an okay start, but a lot of improvements need to be made.
and I'm sorry, even for it being its first story, a lot of these just aren't excusable. Like,
Yeah, I
really.
agree.
I've seen plenty of other games that never had a story before that did better on their first entry. Yes, I am, of course, including Subspace Emissary.
Well, they've increased their lead here.
Even though I'm not a fan of Subspace Emissary, I will agree with you on that.
Reflects that.
Was sad. Well, I think it's sad that the best character in the game, is only in it for like a quarter of the story.
I thought Alex is the best character.
No, the best one.
Dino.
I mean, okay.
I hope he makes a comeback in the second one.
Okay. Like I said, if there's one thing this game does get right, it's making Alex Hunter a believable, realistic enough character that I can actually root for. Despite everything that surrounds him story-wise.
Yeah, he's surrounded by liars and idiots. I actually feel sorry for him.
Well, aside from his grandpa, come on.
I mean, he has he has
And his
family.
manager, apparently. Well, then again, we don't know that yet.
And also his former rival turned friend in this one. But for the most part, he either has.
Wait, hold on. So you're saying that the black guy who we talked to in the cutscene used to be his rival? When was that ever brought up?
No. I meant that guy who acted like a snobbish prick during the exit trial.
You mean, but you said rival turned friend.
Sure, but that white guy, that was our friend, but then he suddenly got cocky because of he got his success.
I know that, but Dwibs said rival turned friend, which implied that we had the other guy, who I guess we forgot about.
More memorable characters, please.
Yes, that's another thing.
The one who he played with while we were at the championship club.
Like Shuri said, more memorable characters, please. Like, seriously, you'd think that there would be memorable characters on an actual team. But I guess because it's a story mode, they had to get fixed.
I guess there were a couple of memorable ones, just not.
Well, oh my god, that guy's arm was pacing for that guy's head.
Well, to be fair, Joel, one of the things is that despite this having a story campaign now, it's still a game that doesn't have all of its resources put specifically on a story. Like Inazuma 11 can afford to literally develop every single one of the Inazuma 11 characters, specifically the Inazuma 11 exactly.
Oh, I get that.
Because it's just like in typical fashion, it's a very text-driven game that doesn't really have to do anything else outside of the matches in terms of gameplay. So obviously it allows for much more time to develop. This one, however, a lot of it's still at the end of the day, this is still a sports game, and obviously you can't just abandon everything else and just focus on the story.
Well, obviously
Yeah, I
not.
don't think anyone's really asking.
No one's asking for that.
I felt like taking a break.
No one's asking for us to abandon what makes this a sport games page. All we're asking for is for this to actually be a proper story mode. I mean, it's not that hard, really. Just make more cutscenes to start off with.
That's always the thing. We always say it's not that hard, but...
No. I'm sorry, Dwibs, no. In this case, all they would need to do is make more cutscenes, actually helping build up the character development, cutscenes that actually tie into how well you do in the matches. That's literally the first thing to fixing the story mode. Because, honestly, let's get down to it. The gameplay of the matches, like I said before, it's the same in most FIFA games. Because that's how EA does stuff. Samey. In fact, again, the story mode is the main draw.
Well, football doesn't really change, so it's understandable
What, do you want people driving around in tanks shooting people?
Well, we kind of have Rocket League for that.
No. He wants American football.
Well, Teo.
No, 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 no.
But Teo, we can always rely on football superpowers.
Basically, like I brought up in an earlier E3
Go to
comp.
paper, but done enough, already told you.
Anyway, like I said, the main problem
Like
with
too many shot as a...
like I said in an earlier E3 conference, look, the main gameplay stuff is fine. It's just EA always go with the bare minimum in making it the same thing. They don't seem to add any special modes. Which
Well, what more can you? Well, in terms of gameplay, what more can you add? Although I will say
the street spears. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but that's a sub-series, so you can't do that kind of stuff in the main games. But anyway,
Well,
I was
it's a shame that they scrapped it. But go on.
I hope one thing I've always been asking for a
Referee
while.
mode.
I've been hoping for, yeah, referee mode, because you've been playing as the players for a while, and yes, playing as the team is the big appeal. But it'd be awesome if you got to play as the ref. I mean,
Heck, I'd play this game if you could play as the ref. I'd just be the biggest asshole.
if EA are worried about if they're worried about people just being absolute dicks, as referees and going completely against the point of the series, realism, maybe just have like a rating system in there or something.
Unfortunately,
And that's the problem.
Hang on, let me finish. But if you do consistently badly, I mean, you're not going to get tossed out the game midway through because it's football. But say it gives you like say like an actual refereeing, what actual referees get. I know because I was one. Like give you progress reports like at the end of every game, saying you got this decision right or you got this decision wrong, or what the hell you're biased, or do you care about either team or whatever.
Well, Dwibs, therein lies the problem. You are officially more innovative than the team of EA is gonna be for these sports games. It's like I said. It's like Tio said, actually. Hold on, let me finish.
Could you imagine we're saying all this stuff and yet they go ahead and do that in the conference?
Anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna hear that at E3.
But anyway, as Tio was saying,
Not just that, but also the fact that now that Portugal is going to innovate by introducing the video referee, that might not be possible.
Go ahead, Joe.
But yeah. It's like me and Tio were talking about, though. There was the Street series, which, for some stupid reason, EA just got rid of. So seriously, if you don't want to make those their own full-fledged games, why not make them a mode to have in these games? That's the kind of innovation that helped make sports games fun. Games of sports where you could actually have the rules be not all rinky-dink.
Not for nothing, Joe, but didn't we have this discussion in the previous parts?
Nope. Nope, not about Street.
I think we did. You mentioned the Street series a fair number of times.
You're thinking of E3 2015, not an actual part in this commentary.
No, I remember we did have that.
Nope.
Whatever.
Anyway, but I guess it bears repeating, though.
Relevant again now, considering
remember something.
this is going to show up at E3.
Also, Liz remembered something. The apocalypse is now upon us.
But basically, it goes back to this. But yeah, basically, let's go back to the main point. The fact that, yeah, we know EA is constantly going to do the bare minimum of story, innovation be damned. So, again, there's really no excuse. It's not hard. All they needed to do was add more cutscenes to help the story flow better.
Again, we'll find out if they do that in Season 2.
And then, in the Sony conference, Sony announces a collaboration between EA Sports and Quantic Dream. A new story written by David Cage, where you get to choose dialogues.
Yes.
Honestly,
No, I'd play that.
Yeah. Honestly, I dare say David Cage might have been able to help the story.
He said another thing. FIFA, The Journey, the Telltale series.
Oh, that would be awesome too. Although
Telltales are work a bit differently to BioWare, who they were basing this off pretty much. Anyway, we won by 7 goals to 0 now.
Jesus, please.
And then in the middle of the Journey 2, suddenly it becomes a sci-fi series with Superman.
No, I got it. All of a sudden, the people who didn't like Season 1 just came round and invaded the pitch during a match in Season 2.
All of a sudden, it's turned into galactic football.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Yeah, that's what series used to do at some point. Galactic football.
No, actually, sure, we already have Inazuma 11 Go Galaxy for
Hold
that.
on.
Which is still not localized. Nintendo, what the hell?
Hold on. I want to hear about this Galactic Football.
Basically, Galactic Football is a French cartoon about football.
Oh,
In Spain.
Yay!
Oh,
Well,
no
Mario
Really old,
Super.
really old.
Yeah, and it was
cartoon.
and it was dubbed into English by Irish people, and you can tell.
so you're telling me? So you're telling me this that Inazuma 11 Go is the spiritual successor to that?
Yeah, I guess.
Except
I mean-
only one of those is really worth your time.
Well, Galactic Football isn't all bad, but
It's cheesy. It's so
It's-
cheesy.
yeah, it's cheesy, and it has a few. It's got a few.
It's a football cartoon. I don't expect Shakespeare.
No.
Anyway, that was the quarterfinals done, and we'll join in later in this playthrough for the semi-final. But for now, it's back to the Premier League in the next part. So we'll see you then. Oh no!
What?
Are we actually
Well,
gonna
We're gonna
have
face
this?
against Chelsea. We're gonna face against Chelsea.
Are we actually gonna have this match and not skip it this time?
We are actually going to have it.
Thank you.
Mm.
Against my team, Chelsea.
And you're playing for Swansea. Oh, the irony.
What have I done?
You're not gonna lose on
Nothing.
purpose, are you?
That's the bitch of it.
Of course I'm not.
We'll see that in the next part. See ya.
All right,
See you, everybody.
So yeah.